And lo, Rassilon, first of the Time Lords, returned Gallifrey to the center of time and space. With no others left to vanquish, the God President finally imprisoned his only remaining foe, the Doctor. Here, on her home planet Gallifrey, is where the Doctor's story began. And here is where her maddest scheme yet will end. But first, there's this funny bit in the middle.
Hello, welcome to the start of Season 2 of the Game of Rassilon. We are back, better than ever, with a new soundboard, possibly better. Do we have better mics than we had?
Kind of the same mics.
Same mics.
And some other mics, thanks to Dan. So yeah.
And some lovely new pop filters.
They're very nice, they're very brightly colored.
Yes.
And some Funko Pops.
Yes.
Oh my God. As fun as this is, we really need to get to what's important right now, is that we're finally going to discuss Devils from the Deep. Our behind the scenes talk
Finally.
I love
Devils in the Deep.
I love jokes that alienate part of the table because we do have joining us as a special guest player, we have David Blue.
Hi.
That's you.
It's me.
Yeah.
That's my name.
It's great. And it's
I recognize it.
It's especially great because you're actually not going to participate for the first, I want to say 30 to 40 minutes of the first episode.
I knew I should have had a drink.
So if you do need to pee...
Well, it's a bit late now.
Yeah.
Well.
Just hold it. Just hold it.
Got it.
And,
I also like that I made a joke that's like relevant to us right now, but for an episode it's not going to air until like 6 months after I made that joke, and so the audience like, wait, what? Wait, what? Like,
it's going to make sense for people who are binging the whole thing.
That's true.
I'm sure there's like 50,000 of those people by now because we're so insanely popular.
Yeah, our season 2 is where you really took off with our fandom.
Yeah. Shall we?
It's like Buffy.
How do we feel about gaming some wrestling?
Love it.
Let's dive in.
Hey, first of all, hey everyone, welcome back to our show. Thank
Yeah.
you for sticking with us during our hiatus, coming back to us and supporting us in the first season and coming to our live show and sending us questions last year for the talkback episodes, and we're looking forward to telling you a new story this year.
Yeah. Or continuing the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, but both of those things.
Yeah, telling you new stories, continuing an old story.
Yes.
What
Something
is
old.
this all about?
Are you...
I'm joking.
While we're recording, just pop in your
It's about
headphones
an
and
hour
listen.
episode.
So Doctor Who, what is it?
It's
A medicine thing?
You know, it's good if you don't know, because then you can play your character better.
It's a show about
How
a
do you know?
proctologist
Nah.
who...
Does anyone know the Doctor? Does anyone?
Ooh.
Unless you're playing River, no one knows the Doctor.
How do you know I'm not?
I don't know.
I would argue, Riley, that you know the Doctor. Because
I am the Doctor.
you are the Doctor.
But
Wait, what?
Can one truly know ourselves?
No, we can't. Let's
All right.
roll on.
Yeah.
The
let's do it.
deepest podcast ever.
Okay, let's get this wagon train moving, said the Englishman. You are the Doctor, standing in the center of a dimly lit room. To your left is a tray with an assortment of torture devices strewn across it, and a table on which lays a short man with wild hair who is, at present, unconscious. You recognize this man as someone you used to know. No, someone you used to be. This is your previous incarnation. And suddenly you know where you are. You're on that parallel Gallifrey, in the capital, in the torture chamber you found yourself in not all that long ago. You're very aware of the fact that while you are here, you are not present. You are a visitor, a tourist inside a memory from a universe that has long since died. You catch a glimpse of your reflection in a wall-mounted computer terminal and know that you do not belong in this space. This is not your memory. You, Travis, have never been here before, and yet you know exactly where it is and what is happening. But there is another man here, a man in ornate and ostentatious robes, layers and layers of fabric and armor and collar, all designed to add size and presence to a man who lacks either. Even with his back turned, you somehow know, just as you knew that the man on the table was the Doctor's past self, that this is Maxim, the man who pursued you and your friends through Meat Base Alpha, dressed in the garb of a Time Lord president. Travis, what do you do?
I have no idea whatsoever. I think I'm just observing at this point because, how many people am I right now? Like 3?
Right now you are you.
Yeah.
You can see your reflection. This is a memory. This isn't even the Doctor's memory, even though the Doctor has been in this room, in this space. This is not your memory. This is not even her memory. This is the echo of a memory from a dead parallel world.
I think when I look in the mirror and see myself and then I realize I'm not myself, I think I'm looking around for Al. I mean, this, I have no idea what to do. Like, I'm kind of too afraid to speak right now.
All right. That's cool. Maxwell he's just looking out the window out at the capital, the Gallifrey capital. There's kind of shimmering light coming from outside, and you can kind of see, from body posture, from the way that he is leaning against the windowsill, that he looks a little defeated. He looks, kind of tired and shattered. And you hear him say, "It's too late. It's too late."
For what?
If he responds, it's not to you. He doesn't hear you, but he says, "Today is the day we saw ourselves." And he sighs, and he continues to look out to the city, and it's dark out now, and you can barely make out the streets of the capital. You suddenly find yourself standing in front of that window, looking out at the same view, almost as if you're looking out through Maxill's eyes. And you can make out some figures standing still, silent as the grave, as if waiting for something catastrophic. And then it happens. The sky above crackles and hums before erupting into tears, each one glowing orange at the edges like burning paper. They rapidly spread outwards, upwards, downwards, towards the city itself. There is a brief burst of humidity followed by an intense flash of light. And then you wake up in a cell, a nondescript, plain cell, the browns and oranges and greys of the Time Lord capital, plain walls, bars, a leaking water pipe off in the distance, as is the custom in jail cells, and you are alone.
Hello?
Your voice echoes down the hallway, and nothing happens. But you begin to hear footsteps coming from down the hall.
Hello? Where am I?
Walking towards the gate and towards the bars are 2 High Council guards in Time Lord armor, and one of them just looks at you and says, "Come on, come with us." And he puts a key in the door and opens the gate.
I back up against like the back wall of the cell. Like, where am I? Where's the doctor? Where's Millie?
And the other guard says to you, "You're going to get the answers you need. Come with us."
Are they safe?
You'll find out. Come with us, please.
All right. And yeah, slowly start, not looking to make a jailbreak, slowly start walking out.
All right. You follow these two Time Lord guards down the hallways of the capital, and you see occasionally you pass a Time Lord in a long flowing robe and a stupid collar or a dumb hat, and it all looks very stupid, kind of like a dumb old sci-fi movie from the 80s. And then you reach a room, which appears to be someone's office. There's a table in the center of the room. There are statues and much kind of ornate decor around this room. This room is mostly white and gold, and very, very nice wooden chairs. The desk appears to be made of a fine mahogany. And sitting at the desk, not on the other side, but on the side where people who are waiting to see a person would sit, is the Doctor. And Doctor, I'm going to have you start off by rolling a Strength and Resolve roll, please.
So I'm like sitting at like not the person whose office's desk.
It's
is,
not your
but
office,
I'm sitting
no,
in like
yeah.
the okay. It's like I've been scolded by the principal where I'm sitting. Strength plus resolve.
Strength and Resolve, yes, please.
Okay, that is a 18.
Okay. 18 is a yes, but. So
Okay.
you have spent much of the last couple of hours with your head under a mind probe. The Time Lords have been scanning your brain. It's not pleasant. It's not a pleasant experience. It's painful. You've been able to withhold information from the Time Lords.
Mm-hmm. I've been doing it by listening to every Beatles song in my head.
So good job for that. You do take a hit though. You're going to lose 1 point of resolve.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
So yeah, Travis, as you enter the room, with these two Time Lord guards, you see the Doctor looking a little worse for wear. But
I run
There
right
she
over
is.
to her. Are you okay?
Hang on, I'm waiting for the rights to clear. All right, yeah, I'm not great, Travis. Wait, can I talk to him?
yeah, you can
Okay.
absolutely talk. Yeah.
All right. Do I have like a thing on my head? Or...
No, you have. If anything, there's maybe like indentations on the skin of your forehead where this thing was clamped on your head
Okay.
for a prolonged period. But you're not. There's nothing currently like hooked up to you. You're good.
How much time am I aware of has passed since the end of last season? Like, how much time has gone?
This has been. It's probably been about 12 hours, maybe like half a day.
Okay. Because I was making sure it wasn't like a Day of the Moon where like I'm in a cell with like a long, like unkempt hair and like.
It's been 84 years.
Yeah. So, okay. So I'm just
Travis
like.
Jr. No.
Okay. Travis, where's Millie, Travis, what, oh, hang on, I'm rebooting. I'm gonna, there we are. Where were you? What, have you been harmed? Are you okay?
I don't know. I just woke up in a cell. I had a weird dream or something. Are you okay?
I've been better, but I'm just glad you're okay, and I don't know where Millie is.
Yeah, I don't either. I asked them. They said if I came here, they would explain. Do you know where we are?
I have a bad feeling that I do, and I don't like it.
I turned to the guards. I'm like, can you help her? She's in pain.
I don't want their help.
Oh, okay.
Whatever
Yeah,
they're
that-
offering, I don't want it.
They are, the two guards are standing, now. They're just kind of standing by at the side of the door, like those two idiot guards in the Holy Grail who were supposed to keep the prince in the room.
Yeah.
They're just standing there. You actually know their names, Doctor. They are, Croydon and Welst.
Okay.
You kind of vaguely recognize them, not like socially, but you would have seen them, out, around the capital.
Okay.
Travis, you have this kind of, you have a very weird feeling. You don't know how, but you know that the Doctor has been tortured with a mind probe. You can feel that. You can feel that this piece of technology was used, on the Doctor. And we're going to add an item to your character sheet right now. We're going to add a new trait. Was it Tech Adept we're adding? Tech Adept. Add that to your sheet, please.
Cool.
Just for the fun of listeners, I'm not sure that I know this. Are Croydon and Welts Time Lords that have been on the show before?
No, they're
Okay.
newbies.
I wasn't sure because there's a lot of episodes in that like Tom Baker through Colin Baker era where there's a lot of stuff happening on Gallifrey,
Yeah.
and I'm like, is this one of those things? Okay.
No, they're original Game of Rassilon
Cool.
characters, TM.
Cool. I'm trying to like call out when something might be from Classic Who for people who
Sure.
don't watch Classic Who.
Of course.
Doctor, I'm going to try something. And Travis tries
be
to
careful.
summon the wire and nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Yeah. Oh, I really wanted to still be able to do that. I'm sorry.
Travis, you're not a superhero. You know that those aren't real, right?
No, I know, but you saw I had powers.
You need to understand that what's happening right now is very serious and dangerous, and I need you to not be playing around right now.
All right. And yeah, I'll sit down in the other seat. Just kind of like, not like quite on edge, but like kind of ready, like alert maybe. 'Cause I can see the Doctor is a little worse for wear, so it's like, just kind of have to be ready for anything.
And this is the moment where a tall, thin, Time Lord with a pointed chin and spectacular cheekbones walks into the room, and he says, Yes, Doctor, now would be a great time to start taking things very, very seriously.
Now, see, it's okay when I say it, but when you say it, it just seems kind of rude.
Well, when I say it with an air of authority, as you, unfortunately, in this particular moment, have none.
Don't sell myself short. I've never had authority. It's the whole fun of me.
Well, you and I know that's not strictly speaking true, is it, former president?
Yeah, but I filled a room with steering wheels, so, what do you want? Or
What?
the hubcaps, whatever it is. On the
Yes, well, what we want, that is exactly why we have brought you here today. Now, you've been on the run, on the lam, as it were, from us for quite some time, and it is time that an old debt were repaid, Doctor. Don't you think? Don't you think maybe it's time you stepped up to the plate and fulfilled some of your long-standing, out of date debts to us?
Yeah, no, I appreciate the offer, but I kind of like the way things were, and I'm not fine. I'm not breaking those.
Oh, dear Doctor, no, this is not an offer. This is, I believe the word I may be looking for is indentured servitude. I think might be you owe us quite big, and
No.
I'm afraid.
I mean, I did save the entire planet like a bunch of times.
Yes.
So in the universe, so like if we're gonna like talk about scales and weights and who knows what, I think we're still pretty firmly in the red for me. So let's not mince words here. I'm sorry. Like you've stopped the Daleks on Scarrow this time, but you know how many times I have. Do you know how many times I have had to stop the Daleks from taking over the universe? It's a lot.
And
You think you fought a war against the Daleks? It took your entire planet to fight the war. I managed to walk in a bunch of times on my own.
this whole time, this Time Lord has had his back to you, and he's kind of been like looking at his nails, just kind of fiddling, like maybe like brushing dust or like the stuff off of the lapels of his outfit, and he, without turning around to you, says, "Are you quite finished?"
Oh no, I'm just getting started. But
Good.
What are you
'Cause
to
You're
say?
going to need that energy. And he turns around at you and he looks at you and he puts his hands on the table and he leans forward and he just says, "Rayla's TARDIS." And that rings a bell with you. Rayla.
Not from the classic series.
This is also not a classic series thing. Rayla's TARDIS is an old Gallifreyan, it's a myth, and there is an old rhyme associated with it, which I'm going to pull up right now. The old rhyme, which you would have known from your childhood, is Rayla and his TARDIS too. Rayla took her somewhere new. Rayla broke his TARDIS heart and pulled his very world apart. And that would immediately grab your attention. This is an old piece of folklore. This idea of, well, we'll let did I name this Time Lord, by the way? Have I mentioned his name?
No.
Okay.
No.
His name is Arch Cardinal Kalen.
okay.
We'll let Kalen and the Doctor kind of talk a little bit about Rayla's TARDIS, especially for Travis's benefit, because Travis has not heard of this before. So yes, he leans in, and I'll just repeat that for purposes. And he just leans in with his hands on the desk, and he just looks you dead in the eyes, and there's a little smirk on his face as he says, "Rayla's TARDIS."
What type of emotions would that evoke in me? Like what would I associate that with as far as like, is it like a apocalypse myth? Is it just a nursery rhyme, or like how do we understand it as Gallifreyans?
In terms of Gallifreyan myth and lore, it's this idea of this Time Lord who took his TARDIS to this other place, and according to myth, broke his TARDIS's heart, and his TARDIS retaliated in some way that is not really made very clear. There are multiple versions of the myth, but as part of the legend, Rayla's TARDIS supposedly exists somewhere out in space and time. It's kind of this lost ship kind of situation. It's I'm trying to think of like a comparable like missing ship.
I think it's a Star Trek where it's like a ship that like is like leaking radiation behind it, and so it's like destroyed world as it's like going through because of the radiation coming. I think it was Star Trek. I think it might have been Voyager, but it was like a ship. It was like a probe that Earth had sent out centuries earlier, and then it had like had started sending like leaking radiation and then like whirled in its path.
It might be Friendship 1, I think.
Maybe. Yeah.
There's a couple of probes. Anyway.
Yeah. Sorry
for the folks at home.
But yeah, it's a lost, just this lost ship myth that has kind of taken on a kind of cultural, in the same way that kind of the Titanic has become this cultural touchstone as a disaster. It's kind of like that, but it's just this mythical lost TARDIS.
But it's like a TARDIS that like, in theory, could also become catastrophic if found.
Quite possibly.
So maybe almost like to use another pop culture reference, maybe like the Lost Ark kind of thing, where like if the wrong person opened it, it could cause destruction.
Yeah, and there are many different like versions and interpretations on the myth. One of those is that there's a treasure at the heart of Rayla's TARDIS. Some other versions of the myth say there's a weapon, something dangerous. But typically anyone who has gone and looked for Rayla's TARDIS, it is not, I want to find this missing ship. It's, but what secrets are kept with it?
Okay. Are you here to tell children's stories to me, or is there something else that you want from me?
I'm going to say both. We think we may have found it.
And that justifies kidnapping us. Okay, great. Hey, I have a couple questions for you. Where are we?
Oh, you're on the capital. You're on Gallifrey. This is the Doctor's old stomping grounds, as it were.
This is where I'm from.
This is the Doctor's home planet, and you should consider yourself quite privileged to be here. We're not usually super duper keen on having humans here.
Oh yeah, I mean, waking up in a cell, that's just the epitome of hospitality. Where's Millie?
Oh, yes, your friend. I believe I have something here that belongs to her. And Kalen pulls open this kind of this leather pouch and begins opening. He opens it and he begins putting things on this. Let's see now, and he tosses out various mementos. There is a compass and a Game Boy, and then eventually he pulls up this kind of long string at the end of which is a TARDIS key, and Kalen kind of tosses it at the Doctor and says, "You may be wanting that back."
What did you do?
We restored the timeline to its proper shape, Doctor. We sent her back.
When?
Well, I don't want to name dates, and not that it would make any difference to you, but, she did famously die.
If you wanted me to help you, you just made that not gonna happen. So, I'll sit here as long as you want. If you want to send Travis back to his time, that's fine, but I'm not doing a thing for you.
Excuse me, I don't know what your name is.
My name is Aunt Chancellor Kalen.
Yeah,
Aunt Cardinal Kalen. Sorry, Chancellor's some other thing.
Yeah, I don't care. I think you're missing, there was a Rencheroo 5000 and a jacket. Do you have those as well?
Of course not. No, those things would have been sent back to their respective times and places as well.
Well, then you're not very good at your job because those are not from her time period. So, good job. This has been great and all, but, I want to know what you did to my friend here. You know, the one you didn't forcibly throw back in time. And I indicate the Doctor.
Oh, we were just digging around for some information, anything that might help us. We're trying to track down something very specific, you see, and we have reason to believe that your friend here, who did she mention that she's a criminal? I don't know if that has come up in conversation, but we weren't able to get a lot of information out of her. She's remarkably resilient.
Yeah, I mean, she freed me from a prison and you kidnapped me, so the notion of her being a criminal and you not is a little on its head right now. And I'm mad.
I can see that. I can see how mad you are.
And you don't seem like the type who, you know, is much of anything. So, and Travis jumps up out of the chair and leaps onto the desk and tries to tackle him.
Oh, shoot. Okay. How do we want to play that?
I mean, there are two guards in the room, so.
There are two
I have
guards in the room.
Okay.
They're by the door.
When you say tackle, I want you to tell me whether this is a combat leap or a Break this down for me.
I mean, as close to like just a spider monkey flying across the room at someone kind of thing. Like jumps up on, I'm on the chair, kind of vaults onto the top of the desk and jump tackles this guy.
Oh, well, okay. Well, there are many things that can happen right now, and I guess one of those is a contest between you and, actually, you know what? Let me, you have the other character sheet for the other.
Yes, I do.
You and I we are going to do presence and marksman to see if we're fast enough.
It would just be me, because I'm me. Oh, are you...
I'm the other...
Welsting it? Okay.
Yes.
Alright.
Travis, let's go for strength and athletics. If you're leaping across... Actually, no, it should be strength and fighting.
Okay, will I be able to use my brave?
Yes, I'm going to give you brave.
Okay, and I'm also going to use my devotion ability. Once
Okay.
per adventure, I get a free story point towards protecting the well-being of another character to
Okay.
whom I'm devoted to.
You can use that to bump the roll
Yep.
up a success, yeah.
Okay, so 4, 5, 6 to begin with. 6 and 8 is 14.
Okay. So, I think that Croydon gets a shot in. No, Croydon misses because we have to bump you up a success. Sorry, my apologies. So the two guards take shots at you to stun you. They miss, and you are now actually I need to roll for the cardinal to resist your. So you got 14, which I'm going to knock up one more. So that's coordination and athletics. It's 6, 12. So you're now pinning this man up against the wall.
Awesome.
Okay.
I have a move. I'm gonna do a thing where this is the kind of like moment of, so let me know if I need to spend story points for this, but it's kind of a season premiere kind of move
Okay.
that I like. While the guards are distracted with what's happening, I'm gonna take the TARDIS key that was just handed to me, and I'm gonna squeeze it in my hand, and I'm gonna grab Travis by the collar and pull him away from the Cardinal as the TARDIS forms around us.
That's going to be...
And as you do that, I am 100% grabbing Millie's Game Boy
Okay.
and compass.
I'm only doing this because you gave me a TARDIS key.
Okay.
Like I was gonna do a whole thing where like I escaped down the hallway and ran away to like get the TARDIS, but because you gave me a TARDIS
Okay.
key, I feel like I can justify in the narrative that in attempting to taunt the Doctor, the
Yeah.
Time Lords accidentally gave her the only thing she could actually
I do
use
love
right now.
that. I think that's very, very good. That is going to cost you 5 story
Okay.
points.
Yowza.
It's a big
Yeah.
hit take at the beginning of the game.
Big,
but I'll do it.
big
It's gonna
deal.
be real fun if I need to use those later on, so I better roleplay real good so I
Yeah.
can earn some back.
Before they escape, can I try and grab on?
Absolutely, you can. How do you? Okay, so let's make that.
I mean, presumably Croydon is running into the room. He sees this.
Yeah.
All, he's like, no!
Let's make both of them. Let's have both of them try to like lunge at the TARDIS. So let's make this for both of them. Let's make this coordination.
Okay,
and
if that's the
athletics.
case, can I get back a story point? Because I just spent 5 story points for this to succeed,
I
and
will
now
give
it's
you.
being
I will give
taken
you
away
one
from
story
me.
point.
We don't
know.
back.
But I'm saying there's a chance to like break
That's
it.
fair.
Like that's not an auto success anymore. That's a lot of story points for something that's like.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That makes some sense. I'm not going to argue with that.
No, it's. I mean, just,
No,
I
it's totally
want to say
fair.
what's fair is fair. Just
I
like
hope they can survive in the vortex unprotected.
So Welch did not make it.
What am I rolling? I'm sorry.
You are. Oh, sorry. I thought I said you are rolling coordination and athletics.
There we go. That's edge.
Keep in mind also you are clumsy and unlucky.
So, 15.
15. That's a yes, but. So you, as the TARDIS is dematerializing, you make it inside the TARDIS, but you drop your staser on the way. So you are now inside the Doctor's TARDIS as it has dematerialized. And as the TARDIS is dematerializing, you hear Arch Cardinal Kalen, and he's yelling at you, "We have a fix on Rayla's TARDIS! There's a weak signal, but you could find it!"
I'm already gone. I have a plan. I have a plan not to screw up your not to break your plot. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We're gonna fly to Greenland
Yes.
instead and just,
Yes.
have a party.
I'm gonna go. Travis, grab him.
I'm gonna try to grab him.
You're absolutely doing a strength contest then. We're gonna make that, you're gonna roll strength and Strength and fighting, and to counter that, Croydon is going to roll strength and athletics.
Do I get the brave on this?
Yeah, you get brave.
12.
12.
But I'm filled with rage. No.
Oh, you want to rage? Because you do get advantage on... No.
No, 14.
14. Okay, so I would say with that point disparity that this starts off as a grapple, but then kind of becomes like a hand slapping match.
Stop it! Stop! Stop that! Ow!
All right, there is supposed to be a state of grace in here, so let's just calm down a little bit.
I don't think temporal grace applies to slapping, but good lord. Ow.
How does it apply to shooting a staser at my friend?
Well, I don't have my staser, so
Not anymore,
it's not
thank
gonna
you.
go well.
And you're welcome for that, because that's not very nice.
It's true.
Now, when was the Arch-Cardinal out of the room earlier?
I got onto shift 2 hours ago, and the Cardinal was having a tea.
All right, and I hit the TARDIS to the time when the Cardinal wasn't in the office.
All right.
And I open myself into the empty office.
Okay.
And then I look at his desk and figure out where, like, I'm going to look for where he has the information
Yes.
about Rayla's TARDIS.
There is a tablet on the desk which has the temporal coordinates
Okay.
of Rayla's TARDIS. I'm gonna say this: Rayla's TARDIS is in the time vortex.
Okay.
It's in like the information that you find is kind of a dossier,
Okay.
and it gives you the space-time coordinates, which are weird as hell because they are inside the time vortex.
Okay. Let me know if I need to roll for this, but I just want to transmit the data from the tablet into my TARDIS, like with using the Sonic.
You can just,
Okay.
I'll let you do that.
Cool.
While we're in the 2 hours earlier, I want to see if the rest of Millie's things are in the office.
No.
Can I spend a story point for her jacket to be there?
You know what? Yeah, I'll let you have
Okay,
it.
I'm going to do that because I'm going to take it.
Okay.
Oh, I'm going to say too that Doctor right now is not wearing her typical costume for the show. I think she's in some sort of like Gallifreyan prison garb. Like, I think
Okay.
it might
Yeah,
be
that
like,
absolutely makes sense. And actually, I would extend that to Travis as well. I would say you're probably in some kind of Gallifreyan prison garb as well.
Okay. Oh,
Just to
so
kind of maintain the aesthetic.
So then, is my Game Boy not with me?
I would say you do find a pouch with all of Travis's various bits and bobs. Your bits and bobs as well, sonic screwdriver.
and that's how I got. That's how
Let's put that
I
there
found
too.
that, and I was able to. Otherwise, then the whole season I have none of that
Let's
stuff.
do that.
So I transmit the stuff, and then I look at. So are you Croydon or Welts?
I'm Croydon.
Okay, I go. So 2 hours ago you on your break?
Yes.
Good luck affording yourself. And I shove you out of the TARDIS and slam the door shut behind me.
Before you do that, when I'm outside of the TARDIS and I find my Game Boy, I say to the Doctor, this interacted with the wire in the other dimension, and I put it on the ground and I smash my Game Boy. And I take Millie's Game Boy and I put on her jacket and I wear her jacket with her Game Boy now.
It's a good look for you.
And my original Game Boy is now destroyed because I would not want to infect the TARDIS with it. So.
All right.
My character sheet now has Game Boy Pocket Yellow and Pokemon Yellow.
You could have caught in your game.
Did you catch them all? You caught them all on you. You
Yep.
sacrificed
Yes,
all
I
of your
did.
Pokemon.
Yes, I did.
Oh man.
Gotta sacrifice them all.
Yep.
That's heartbreaking.
Yeah. So yeah, I go, good luck affording yourself, and I throw you out of the TARDIS and slam the door shut and then take off.
I'm actually going to make that a roll.
Okay.
I am going to make that a roll.
Yeah, it's fair.
I'm going to have you roll, we'll do what we did last time. It's strength and fighting,
Okay.
against, Croydon's, strength and athletics.
Okay. I got a 14.
Oh, I'm unlucky. Oh, it's going so well. Slightly worse. 15.
15.
So you did beat me.
So, 15 is yes, but, Croydon's able to, I would say Croydon's able to dodge your shove.
Mm-hmm.
And in dodging your shove, kind of stumbles away from the door, trips, and kind of lands on the TARDIS console, engaging the time rotor.
Okay.
So you're stuck with Croydon for a little bit,
All right.
at least.
All right. I guess you're coming with me, Hoyden. Help you out,
Ouch.
jerk.
So are you,
I
so,
am.
so are you, have you already fed the data into the TARDIS?
Yeah, I think I would have sent it. I think I would have sent it with the when I transmitted it from the thing.
So that's where the TARDIS is now going?
No, I don't think I had a chance to do that yet because I was at the door. So
All right.
wherever it was previously set to go is where it would go now.
So the TARDIS is now, I would say, just kind of in flight,
Yeah.
Nowhere. It's just in the time vortex.
Okay.
So the time rotor's going up and down. You have an unwanted passenger. What would you like to do?
I can't remember from last season. Do I still have Roman's time ring?
No, it was,
Blew up.
yeah, it was, I think you said it was too heavy to move kind of thing and it overloaded.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I have anything of Roman's on the TARDIS? Like,
No.
okay.
No, nothing of Romans would be on board the TARDIS at the moment.
What's that?
Psychic paper.
Yeah, that's not what I'm looking to do. Okay. I think, but I did use the time ring on the TARDIS at one point, right? Like, I definitely...
I think you used it on the Paolo Universe TARDIS at the...
No, on our TARDIS at the beginning of Getaway to
Yes.
find Millie.
Yeah, you used it as part, I think, as part of
Yeah,
like
but I did
disengaging
use
the
it
randomizer.
also
Yeah.
to get to that. Well, okay. So the other universe, the reason why I'm doing this, the other universe's TARDIS is part of my TARDIS now.
Yes.
Mhm.
And so I am going to load up the data it had from that time ring, and I'm going to put out like a search signal so I can try to track down Roman, like where or when he is. Like, I'm not saying it's going to find him right now, but I want to put that seed in there for the story at some point. So that's the very first thing.
Okay, I love
Like,
that.
and I think that
Make a note, please.
I'm going to assume that this is going to be time locked now, but the first thing the Doctor's going to try to do is go find Millie.
Yes. So you plot a course to what year do you want to go to?
I want to go to right after the Time Lords dropped her off.
Okay. They did not give you a specific date.
No, I'm
Although
looking
it'll
for I'm looking for like a time,
Okay.
like a hole in the vortex, whatever. So
we'll
I'm assuming it's time locked, but I'll let you tell me what happened.
We'll say so. Actually, back in 1932.
Okay.
And you plot the course. You engage the rotors and the TARDIS. There's a violent shudder as you bounce off of 1930.
That's what I assume is going to happen. Okay. Well, I guess I better not try to visit Hitler anytime soon. All right.
Just pop in for a cup of tea.
Cup of tea. Well, I mean, some bad stuff happened last time I dropped by that area, so let's go ahead and not do that.
So we can't get Millie.
We can't get Millie.
And I take out the book about Amelia Earhart. I'm like, can I open this and see if she got home okay?
Well, the problem with that, Travis, is that book has been inside the TARDIS, so it might not have changed if history changed.
Gotcha.
But you can try. You can look up. I look up and I try to do like a scan of like the timelines and like make sure that like she still lived when she would have lived and died when history says she died and stuff like that.
The TARDIS databanks, and I'm going to say the book will corroborate this if Travis decides to have a look. Amelia Earhart went missing on a transatlantic flight in 1932, which is, historically speaking, about 5 years before she was supposed to.
Okay.
But the circumstances were near identical. It was just the year change.
They will feel my wrath for this, I promise you. I'm gonna do the thing that I said I wanted to do later. I'm gonna do it now.
Okay.
I think it's, in storyline wise, this makes the most sense. So, I'm gonna, take Travis, and apparently Croydon?
Croydon.
I'm going to look at Travis, and I'm going to set some coordinates, and I'm going to hit a button. And then the TARDIS will leave the time stream, and it will reappear in Sheffield, New Jersey, right after we left, after the Wire storyline. And I'm going to walk to the door of the TARDIS, and I'm going to open it, and I'm going to look at Travis, and I'm going to say, you came to me not on your own free will. You were kidnapped, you were captured, I freed you, and I made you a promise that I would get you home. And I brought you home, and I took you away again because I was so focused on getting Millie safe. I failed to keep Millie safe. And I promised her to. So Travis, I'm going to tell you this right now. Traveling with me is very dangerous, as you know, and it's about to get a lot more dangerous. I can no longer promise you that I will get you home safe if you don't walk out that door right now. So if you want to keep traveling with me, you can. But it's got to be your choice from now on. Otherwise, your family is waiting for you.
And I look you dead in the eye and say, Doctor, you did not take me away that second time. I came with you. And I closed the TARDIS door. And I said, you've already lost one friend today. I'll be damned if you're going to lose a second.
Are you absolutely sure about this?
I've never been more sure of anything in my life.
And then I walk over and I
Before you do anything, you are both definitely getting a story point.
can I just drop coin? No, that wouldn't work. All right.
No, I don't want him skulking around my hometown. So,
Yeah, it's good.
Hey, what's your deal?
Well, I definitely don't like New Jersey, I'll tell you that.
All right. Okay. All right. Now it's personal.
Just seems rude. He didn't say anything bad about your planet.
I mean, they were pretty. They were. No offense. I know you're from there. They were pretty inhospitable.
Oh, no offense. I ran away for a reason. But, like, he didn't say, like, oh, Gallifrey's lame and dumb. He said they put him in a cell, which is a pretty valid complaint when
He
you think about it.
tackled my
Coin.
boss. That's not.
Oh, like
exactly-
you haven't dreamt of tackling your boss.
All right, that's fair. Look, you could just drop me back off on Gallifrey if we're being honest. Like, I could have just nipped off, but
I mean, I literally tried to do that, and you fought your way back into the TARDIS.
yeah.
so-
I mean, here's the thing. I'm supposed to go with you to Rayla's TARDIS and like make sure you don't do exactly what has now occurred, which is run away. So I think at the very least, we could maybe go to Rayla's TARDIS, and then I could like report back in that you walloped me or whatever and escaped, and everybody gets what everybody wants. Yeah.
Hey, friend. Do you know how to pilot a TARDIS?
Yes.
Doctor, do you want to like lock him out of piloting your TARDIS?
Oh,
Like,
I did that a long time ago.
Great, perfect. All right.
Oh, this bloody thing doesn't make any sense anyway. She's moved all the buttons around. This is 4 different panels on this panel. What is going on?
No, it works great.
That's a ketchup dispenser. What? This is an espresso machine. What are you doing?
She's made a lot of special modifications. Okay.
Sometimes I want some coffee. What? All right.
Did a cell phone hut explode in here? What's the British version of Radio Shack?
Carphone Warehouse.
Car phone warehouse. Did a car phone warehouse explode in here?
Look, you get stuck, you gotta find things. Just shut up. I don't like you. And then I actually am like going like I am going away with TARDIS, but not because you want me to go. I'm going because I want to go.
Yeah, it's your idea. Got it.
If it's so important to the Time Lords that I go there and find something out, I want to know what's there and keep them from getting it. So, just so you know, I'm not going because you're telling me to go. I'm going because I was already going to go. Fine, whatever. And then I
Works
push
for
a
me.
button on the machine.
So you are.
Yeah.
Okay. So the minute you do that, the whole TARDIS like tilts at a 45-degree angle, and it's clearly pushing against something. And I'm going to have everyone please roll, except for David because he's not here. Could everyone please roll coordination and athletics?
By the way, for the audience listening, Travis no longer has the clumsy trait.
Oh yes, we got rid of clumsy. He walks along a metal gantry all by himself and didn't fall off or nothing.
Oh, but I did roll snake eyes on this, so
Yeah, burn.
the universe hates me.
Do I get anything for quick reflexes?
It just means you go first if there's like during combat.
Okay.
I'm sorry, you said that was coordination and athletics?
Yeah, coordination and athletics.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big ol' 6 for Travis.
Sorry, I had a very visceral reaction, and I just watched Michael with his headphones on, like, lean away from.
No, I wasn't. Honestly, I was just having the same reaction.
Does that mean he gets his clumsy back?
If anyone could do it, I could.
A 6 does put you at a disastrous failure.
I got a 14.
14 is I'm gonna put you at no but.
Okay.
So Travis, you are gonna fall and you are gonna hit your entire head.
Well, I was gonna say, how many story points to knock me up at
If you wanna go
least to
just to-
something not
to
horrendous?
a straight fail,
Yeah.
then it would just be 1 story point to go up to a straight
Yeah, I'm gonna
failure,
do that.
as opposed to because I was seriously like
Yeah.
I was thinking about giving you back clumsy there.
Yeah, no. I'll spend a story point to,
yes, little known fact. I brought
Wait, David, you're
in-
allowed to talk when we're out of character.
I
Like, you don't have to be quiet until...
until potentially I'm introduced. Spoiler. I didn't want to interrupt the game, so I was like
No.
getting here quietly.
If we are interrupting and goofing up, like, you're allowed to be part
know,
of
but
that.
you're playing.
I feel bad that
I'm
you're
just-
sitting there like...
Fun
feel
fact,
like an
I
audience.
brought David in to ghost GM. So I've been kind of looking at him and he's been giving me like little hand signals under the table. And so,
If there's one thing this game needs, it's a rules lawyer.
Yeah.
So-
or a third GM.
you know what they say about cooks and stew. You need a lot of cooks to make the stew. Like more the merrier, really.
I mean, actually, it's kind of true. Most restaurants don't just have one cook back there. Like usually, there's a lot of cooks that work on like lines.
It's that old expression: not nearly enough cooks to make a stew.
Yeah.
I got 17, by the way.
17 cooks. Okay.
17 cooks, and also on my roll.
Coyden has the forethought to like grab onto the railing. Travis, you fall and whack your noggin, and you're going to lose a point. We're going to take that off of your coordination.
Yippee!
What is your coordination at now?
2.
2's great. And
I've had worse.
Doctor, you also are going to take a knock. You are going to take a knock against your coordination also. But you'll get that back in a bit, because you've got a no die. So I'll let you have that back in a bit. The TARDIS itself begins to... You can hear the time rotor like sputtering, like it's... like the engine's being overread, like it's having to push itself a little bit harder, but also doesn't want to go where it's going. And I need you, Doctor, to roll ingenuity and technology, please.
Okay. Ooh, okay. That is going to be a 21.
Oh, that's marvelous. Thank you very much for that roll.
Thank you. For that challenge.
The inside of the TARDIS, there's smoke now. It is mostly the espresso machine, but also there are burst panels and pipes, and it gets very loud and smoky, and the cloister bell starts to ring, and then eventually there is a shunk as the TARDIS materializes, and then the lights dim. And this place is just full of smoke and smells of coffee.
Oh, can I at least have some of the... Is there any coffee made? And
There's a ping as the espresso machine spits out a small cup.
Yes.
I know that's not how espresso machines work, but it's the TARDIS.
Yeah, it's fine.
Can I...
If it can have a biscuit generator, it can have a cookie...
why not?
Espresso generator.
It's got an easy bake espresso.
Can I suddenly have knowledge as to which button to press to vent the smoke out of the control room?
Give me ingenuity and technology with your tech adept gives you what, a +2?
Yes.
Okay, so do that.
I didn't even think of my tech adept when I was doing that.
I always forget you have it.
23, I think, on that one.
Ooh. 17.
Okay, you get the feeling that if you were to say the words extractor fans on, the extractor fans would on.
Extractor fans on.
The extractor fans on.
Whoa,
and
wait.
All the smoke starts to get sucked out of the room.
How did I know that? All right. Well, okay. Well, we can breathe again.
Have you read the manual?
There's a manual to this thing?
Don't ask her. She's lost it.
I less lost it and more threw it into a super note. That's fine. Don't worry about it. He's too busy making fun of my coffee maker. So, you know what that means? You don't get any coffee.
Oh, rats.
Travis, do you want some?
Yes, I'd love some. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll hand you one of the cups.
This is so delicious.
How do you take your coffee? Oh, you don't get any. That's how you take it. Great.
There is a
I'm not
knock
drinking
at the
in a
door.
filthy human beverage.
All right, there's no reason to be rude.
There is a knock at the door.
Well, that's new.
We don't want any. Okay, I'm gonna go see who that is. Travis, watch the guy.
Yeah, and Travis very poorly does that thing where he like does the fist into the other hand, like you watch your noggin, mister, and it's not intimidating at all.
I like that you do it with two closed fists. Ow!
I'm going to have you roll presence and convince to intimidate.
Hang on. If he's purposely trying to not be intimidating as a player, does he actually have to roll to not be intimidating?
I think it's funny if I make.
Oh, that's fine. 11.
Coyden. I think you're just enjoying it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm unpredictable, man. I'm a human. Ooh.
Because this is the thing: if it's intentionally bad and you roll high, then it's funnier.
Yeah, it actually ends up being really good.
Yeah.
Like, oh, whoa.
Yeah, of course, he's terrified.
So yeah, there's this knock at the door.
I walk up to the door and I well, actually, you know what? If there's a knock on the door, I'm gonna flip one of the TARDIS screens around and see if I can get a visual of what's out there.
You can get a kind of a bird's eye visual, and there is a. I'll let David describe this man.
Oh God. No, I'm actually gonna make you do it. Is that
All
okay?
right. There's a man here. He's about we'll say 6'4". wearing a very neat leather jacket, tight space pants, leather boots, white shirt. He has a belt around his waist with a little pouch on the side, and he's wearing a vortex manipulator. You can immediately see that. He has an immaculate jawline and the kind of hair most people would kill for.
And he's pointing an energy pistol right at you.
Yeah, and he's
at my TARDIS,
doing
not at
this,
me.
and he looks kind of surprised and relieved to see the TARDIS.
Okay.
And I just yell out directly towards you, where you can see it.
No, I'm like you're right. You're outside the door right now. Like I'm looking at you from a screen inside the door.
I know. I'm looking right at the screen.
Okay.
And I just say, TARDIS is taken.
Yeah, I know. I hit a speaker. Yeah, I know. I'm already in it. Like I've got it.
Go back where you came from.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Who are you?
Who are you?
I asked first.
I asked second.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything.
Does to me.
Okay, well, I could do this all day, or you can just tell me who you are and we can move on with it.
I got time.
Doctor,
And I look
do
right
you?
at my
Doctor.
manipulator.
Doctor, let's send Coyden out.
Yeah! Yeah, we're coming out right now.
What?
And
I'm armed and threatening! And then I, open the TARDIS door and, shove you out.
Hello.
Get out of the way, Coyden.
That's my feelings.
Wait, do you two know each other?
Greg? No. It's Greg from work. No.
I'm not interested in anything that you or Kaylin have to say. I'm trying to talk to the grown-ups inside.
Oh, that's...
Oh, I like this one. And then I,
That's
open the door
nice.
for you to come in.
Hi. I'm gonna take a look around because I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
actually.
Travis, bring Coyden back inside, because I don't trust him. Wait, I know his name is Coyden, but I'm starting to call you Coyden, like a Chesterfield type thing.
Like
And at this point, I'm just leaning my arm with the gun on my other arm because it's just like a bunch of stuff happening.
I yank you in by your giant collar.
That's not fair.
All right, I'm the doctor. That's who I am. You asked. Now, who are you?
Who else you got in there?
Travis.
Hi.
Oh, and this is Gunther, and I point to a cat. That's like walking. That's like
Oh yeah, there's a cat.
that's like
in the
very
TARDIS.
like right now. It's like very trying to figure out what's happening. Disoriented because the place it lives has been shaking around a lot while it's been moving. So
She's probably a little puffed up.
yeah, she's like,
Can I come in?
yeah, come on in.
Can you put the cat in another room? I'm allergic.
You should have a whole bargain. Put the gun away. I'll put the cat away.
Ooh. You have yourself a deal.
Oh,
I pick up Gunther and I get scratched in the process, but I try to usher
No,
him into the other
Gunther
room.
trusts you.
Oh, okay.
She's a sweet lady. Just pick her up in a little huggy.
Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you just describe them both? Or can you guys describe yourselves?
Yeah, please. I'll let you guys handle that.
well, yeah, I guess because right now I'm trying to think of what a Gallifreyan prison guard would look like.
We have full reign because I don't think they've ever done that on the show.
Yeah.
I'm picturing a russet jumpsuit.
Yeah, that'll work. I'm in a jumpsuit. Maybe there's some sort of a scarf of some sort, not like a doctor scarf, but like wasteland kind of thing, like they maybe it's dust or something in the
Oh yeah.
Like a
Yeah,
more
they put
formal-
you to work in the
Yeah.
deserts. Yeah.
yeah. And then
In the dust mines of Gallifrey.
Yeah. And then
It's our chief export.
I can't remember what color hair I said she had.
I don't know that we've ever nailed that down.
Yeah. Well, actually, you know what? She looks like me because we said it was if I was cast as an actor to play the Doctor. But when we started the show, I didn't have the purple hair, so I think she has more like a dark, like a very dark blonde, almost brown, like an ashy blonde.
Got it.
Yeah. So she has that kind of vibe.
And I'm a 24-year-old human guy.
Very 90s style. Has hair.
Well, I'm probably also
Yeah.
wearing the
Like you,
the
20 years
jumpsuit.
younger?
I'm probably also wearing the same jumpsuit too. And I have Millie's jacket on now too. Yeah, dark brown, almost blackish
Just long,
hair.
cascading, flowing. In many ways, it just never seems to stop.
It's like on The Simpsons when Homer grew hair and he
Nice.
just has it.
Then I look at him in his direction and I'm like, I thought you said you had one cat.
I mean,
Hey,
he's a pretty
Hey,
cool kid.
Han Solo, chill out.
I don't know what that
He doesn't
means.
actually have the crazy hair. It's just it's like a normal hair.
So I put my gun away and I reach out my hand to you, ignoring him. And I say, Kinnear, Greg Kinnear.
The doctor.
Well, Captain, depending on who you ask, but I kind of left that life behind me.
I'm sorry, did you say Greg Kinnear?
Yeah, we met.
No, and Travis just laughs to himself.
Oh, by the way, for the audience's point of view, because we're recording an audio podcast, we did just shake hands. Like, we pantomime shaking hands on a audio podcast.
I know. You like that,
I do it
right?
too. I realized that a moment
That's
later.
my
I'm
jam.
like, wait. So, yeah.
I like to only sign language my choices
Yeah.
during podcasts.
Yeah.
And as Travis is laughing, he's like, "Can I get you some soup? Some talk soup, maybe?"
Why do people always say that to me?
I don't get it either. So. Oh, wait. I knew a bloke by that name because I was in the 90s, so I would know that. Like, oh, alright, yeah. Seems. You know, Travis, like, they're all like billions of years in the universe, and it might just be possible, like, a name might come up again at some point.
Oh, I know. I'm just
Okay.
having fun.
No offense, but I put the gun away. What's? Just tell me the truth. Why are you here? Why did he send you here?
Well, I'm not here because he sent me here. I'm here because I want to know why he sent me here as well. So.
That's exactly what someone would say if he sent them here.
No, I mean, it's not. Like, I'm telling the truth. Like,
Look, that answer is as good as it gets.
I just want to check, are we having a conversation between two characters who both have the argumentative trait?
I think we do.
Indeed.
Travis, you
Yeah.
may have to mediate.
Yeah, look, let's put it this way. I'm the Doctor. I'm a real thorn in the side of, like, pretty much most Time Lords. There's, like, 3 that I get along with real well, and one of them's pretty evil. But, yeah, so they have been up to something. I don't know what it is. And then they had me in jail, and they had my friend Travis in jail, and they sent my other friend back to die. Which,
Oh, and then we sort of
man.
kidnapped this guy too, and I point to
I mean, I don't
Croydon.
call it kidnapping. He charged into my TARDIS
Yeah.
with vile intent.
Yeah.
I wanted to leave him behind. He tried twice not to be.
But yeah, tell Greg Kinnear that we
Greg's fine.
tell Greg that we were not sent. We came here under our own accord.
They were supposed to be sent, and then they just drove here on their own. So I'm not really getting a difference either at this point, functionally. But we're supposed to get into Rayla's TARDIS, which we have now done. I don't know how you got here, but I'm guessing that vortex manipulator might have helped us get a signal. Boss didn't tell me that so much.
Yeah, that wasn't my intent, but look, the point being, I'm already here. We don't need any more people. We're stock full of people.
Well, here's the good
you're
news.
good.
I'm not people, so I guess I can hang out.
I've heard about you. You can be a little bit of pain, huh?
No, I'm very flattered. Thank you.
I'm giving you a story point for that response. And I'm also giving you a story point for being so gosh darn argumentative.
I love it. No, this is great.
The battle continues.
Listen, I'm not. Here's the thing. I'm not good at, like, not doing what I want to do. So, I'm not leaving. So you can tell me what's going on here, like how you found it, why you're here, or we can just keep bickering back and forth for a long time, because I can do this all day. I do it a lot. So,
Counteroffer.
alright.
Not backing down, counteroffer. You come along with me.
Yeah.
Dibs on whatever we find first.
Wait, are you like an archaeologist?
The humans are talking.
mean,
No, I'm
actually-
a human.
He's
She's
actually
not.
human, I'm not, so.
I'm sorry, the 2-cat thing is messing me up.
Alright, look. Any tech that you find in there, like, I'm not really looking for, so if there's information, I'm gonna take some of that information, because I want to find out what's going on here and why I'm being sent here. If there is tech in there that could lead to something like an apocalyptic event, or like that kind of thing, I'm not gonna let you take it. Just let me know. I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna hide it more.
I would say deal, but I once met a butterfly that almost destroyed a world. So your determination of what's dangerous and what's not is not really something I'm willing to lay everything
Look,
on.
if we find a butterfly, you can have a butterfly. But if we find...
I'm not doing that
If
again.
we find... Yeah. What world?
Yeah, I kind of want to know about this butterfly.
Kind of like your style, Kinnear. But if we find, like, the moment 2.0, I'm not going to let you walk out of here with it. I'm just letting you know.
Okay, so to be clear, man, we need a contract. Dibs, and if you have a problem with it, we'll have a conversation.
Yeah, that works for me.
You got yourself a deal.
Cool.
I'm not actually going to shake
I was
hands,
gonna
but I'm going to
say-
say we're shaking
Yeah,
hands.
we're shaking hands again.
And you shake hands.
And be nice to Travis. He's good people.
I'm not going to pet him, though. I'll sneeze.
Yeah, don't. He's not actually a cat. It's just he needs to comb his hair. He was in a cell. Leave him alone.
Yeah, I was in space jail.
Looks like you're at Gallifrey Halloween.
I want to give you a story point for that.
We're getting dangerously close to me just giving
Yeah.
David story point after story point.
Have you heard the tale of the boy who got so many story points he was GM?
You're not supposed to be able to... This is not a system that allows you to level up. You're dangerously close to leveling up.
Somehow he became a goblin? I don't...
You're going to learn Mage Hand and find some bread.
All right. So what are we gonna do with Coyden, though? That's the thing.
I say we let him go.
Doctor, does the TARDIS have the equivalent of like an escape pod?
I mean, TARDIS itself is kind of an escape pod.
Hey, Greg, how did you get here?
That's not something you need to know.
Full text manipulator. All right.
Okay.
He zapped
Well,
it
that
with
was
the
my
funky
secret.
guy on his
That's
wrist.
fine.
I mean, you're wearing it, so like be better at secrets then.
Look, I'll tell you, there's a room not far from here that has been giving me some problems.
Friend.
I don't really feel like risking anything again. So if we have some fodder that we want to throw at the problem, he's like leaning his head towards Coyden.
Yeah,
very
I got it.
obviously.
Yeah.
Very obviously. I don't
He's
mind
also
using
still
it
saying
for
all
that.
of this in character.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
He's leaning his head.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. It's tough because like I know you were describing it for the audience, but I'm also like in character of a doctor reacting to you doing that. It's sort of like, yeah, I got it. You said you've heard of me, right?
yeah.
Yeah, so you know I'm not going to do that. So let's just put that off the table.
Well, then just tie him up to something and let's go, because some
All
of
right.
us are on limited time here. I know
I'm
it's
gonna-
ironic because of this thing.
Yeah, I mean,
He points at the,
earlier you said you had
manipulator.
all the time in the world, so it's like weird that you say that now. So then I'm going to take like, do I have any sort of like shackles or anything in the TARDIS that I can put on?
I'll tell you what, you have
Coyden?
resourceful pockets. Do you want to do a roll? To
Yes.
See if you have... And I know you're not wearing your coat, but I'm still going to let you use resourceful
Well, I think that
pockets.
on the TARDIS now. There's
Yeah, you have
probably
you have-
coats
Right,
that-
and I was gonna say, Travis wants to like put on normal clothes because,
Okay.
Yeah.
again, Gallifrey Halloween stands out.
Tell us
pretty-
what Travis's regular wardrobe is going to be for this particular episode, for the cosplayers.
Yeah,
Of course.
For the many Travis
yeah.
cosplayers.
Well, I think now he's gonna be wearing Millie's jacket, the leather jacket with the aviator trim on it, and he'll probably go like a t-shirt underneath with that. Probably ditching the flannel now because he's got the real coat, and some sort of kicks,
Jean
some kind of
combination.
sneaks and kicks and whatnot. Yeah.
Hip.
Yeah. Whatever the TARDIS closet gives for him.
Okay. Well, I'll give you full control over what is going to be on your t-shirt. Fill us in.
I did just get a Book It t-shirt that I ordered online, like
Nice.
the old Pizza Hut, reading thing. So I think it's going to be a Book It t-shirt
Perfect.
for this
Awesome.
adventure.
That rocks.
And knowing your proclivities, the TARDIS gives you a pair of those self-lacing sneakers from Back to the Future Part 2.
Yes!
Nice.
Oh, I love it.
They don't actually self-lace, but they look cool.
That's fine.
I'm going to say that my doctor puts on a new coat. And I mean, I kind of was swapping out coats a lot last season anyway. Each one of my coats was a different doctor's pants, but like the coat I'm putting on is actually essentially what the Hot Topic blue corduroy coat that I'm wearing in the photos that we took for the show last year. So I like the idea of taking that coat that I actually own and making it a canon outfit for my
Nice.
doctor. So I have that on, and then instead of wearing the 90s skirt and boots combo that I usually wear, I'm just throwing on like a pair of it looks like I have like plaid, like a dark plaid pair of pants, like a really dark pattern.
Perfect.
And I'm gonna have a scarf still, but it's gonna be like a black, almost like lacy scarf, and it's like tied that Mary Berry sort of way.
Okay.
And then just like a sort of like, it's just like a button-up shirt underneath it, and yeah, good to go.
Whole lot of weird. I hope you're taking notes. Coyden, what are you wearing?
Standard uniform of a Time Lord.
No, once I change, I make you put on the prison uniform.
Oh, no.
I change into the russet jumpsuit of a Time Lord.
Are you
prisoner.
actually doing that?
No.
Okay, cool. Then that doesn't happen.
No, I think we do.
Yeah,
I
fine.
think we put it-
Okay.
No, I wouldn't do that to you. But I do go dig into my pockets, and then I'm gonna roll to see if I have any sort of handcuffs.
If you get doubles, you get a useful item for the situation.
Okay, so resourceful pockets. Oh, that's all it is.
Yeah.
It's not like a +2 roll.
Yeah, first season we did not play Resourceful Pockets as intended, but I've been kind of getting myself reacquainted with the rules for season 2.
Yeah, I didn't get doubles, so I got a 6.
Okay. So what you pull out of you put your hands in your pockets and you do not pull out something that is particularly useful right now, but you do find a little mechanical mouse with a wind-up mouse.
Oh, cool. And I like give it to Gunther to play with while
Okay.
I go on the
Cool.
Yeah. So I roll that up and I put it off wherever Travis took Gunther to, so she can play with it.
Cool.
And I go, do you have anything to like bind his hands or keep him from like running off?
Real fast, can I get a fedora? As long as you guys are just grabbing
And
stuff.
I actually give you, it's Tom Baker's fedora. That's
Perfect.
I've just always wanted one. Thank you.
You know what? I'm gonna take it back. I know. I was gonna say that I put on Romana's pink jacket, but I'm not gonna do that. I like the jacket that I put on. So. I think I had the shirt, and then I think I want to have a vest too. I think I like a dark. Yeah.
I mean, I can try to roll for resourceful pockets.
Oh, do you have Resourceful
Yeah.
Pockets? Yeah, give it a roll.
Okay.
If you roll doubles, you get something useful.
Forgive me, everyone, because it's going to take some getting used to for the gameplay of it all. So I have to get doubles, right?
No. You reach into your pocket and pull out an individually wrapped mini Twix. For a time of recording, it's nearly Halloween.
Oh, fun size.
Yeah.
And I pull that out and immediately take a bite and go, that's exactly what I was looking for.
Oh, you tricked me!
I am gonna go before we leave the TARDIS. I'm gonna scan, so I could do a quick, like, subtle scan at one of the computer terminals.
Okay.
I want to see how many hearts Kinnear has.
Oh. Give me your ingenuity and technology.
Okay.
With your +2 for Tech Adept.
Yeah.
Which I'm remembering this time. Not that you would have needed it in that last roll,
Yeah.
because gosh dang, those were some dice.
Okay, that's only gonna be a 15.
Okay. Greg Kinnear is human.
Okay.
Is a sentence I didn't think I'd have to say outside of a courtroom, but here we are.
I like that you had to say it in a courtroom.
I don't want to go into it. I really,
fair.
I had to
And,
say
you know what?
NDA.
I
I've already said too
think
much.
you've already violated the DNA, the
DNA, yes.
DNR.
Oh no!
Yes, Greg Kinnear is not to be resuscitated under any
He's neither
circumstance.
dead nor human.
You can't spell Greg Kinnear without DNR if you misspell Greg Kinnear.
Very
All right.
badly.
I want to add one bit to my costume. I want to have Millie's TARDIS key as a necklace.
I have it in my hand right now.
Oh, I'm sorry,
I got
you're
it
right.
from. I got it from.
You're right.
Yeah.
You can have
If
your
you want
TARDIS
it,
key
you
as a
could
necklace.
ask me for it. But
Yeah, I ask you for it. Yeah,
well, I mean, you have. Okay, I give it to you.
it's more of a yeah.
Yeah.
Sentimental.
So, Coyden, what's your whole deal right now?
I'm
You watch this, like, movie montage of, like, people stepping out in different outfits, thumbs down, they step out in their final outfit, thumbs up. Now what?
I could also go with you into the.
Yeah, that was the plan.
Yeah,
I
you're
don't know,
coming.
but like, I also don't trust you
Oh,
because why would I?
That's
So I
fine.
want to make sure that we are protected in case when you inevitably do something to harm us, we're not just letting you do it.
That's hurtful. All right. Fair though.
You charged into my ship.
You punched my boss.
I didn't.
All right, he tackled my. All right, we'll
Listen.
we'll relive in the.
You were party to kidnapping us.
Yeah. But you're time criminals. You're a paradox. You should be extremely dead right now.
Nah.
Just-
I've come to
No,
terms
that
with
was
it. You should
staged.
too.
It's fine. Oh. I mean, it doesn't count when it's been staged by an evil corporation with like bad intent. It's fine.
Oh no, he was supposed to actually die.
Right, but the thing that was supposed to kill him was also not from that planet or time, so it's kind of a 6 one way, half a dozen the other type of thing. So we're gonna move past it.
All right.
I love this voice you're doing for Coyden. by
I
the
tried
way.
to do something else and I just lost it. So I was like, I'll just F my Fs.
I'm fine with it.
All right,
It's
so
like a
let's
drunk F. Murray Abraham. I'll take it.
let's have at it then, shouldn't we? So like, let's
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
You step out. You step out the TARDIS.
Yeah.
You step out of the TARDIS into the hallway outside, where Greg Kinnear was previously. This is where he charged through, and we didn't get much of a chance to describe it earlier, so I'm going to do that right now. It is an old TARDIS hallway with the grey walls, floors, ceilings, the white roundels, but time has not been kind to this hallway. The walls are warped and bent. The roundels are not all illuminated. Some of them have rust or damage or debris on them. And some of them around the edges you can see these kind of white spores that are starting to kind of grow and kind of spread and coalesce throughout the inside of the TARDIS. The lighting is dim. It is occasionally flickering. It is a dark and uncomfortable space. And Doctor, you are aware, as I would say Greg is as well, being a time agent, you are very aware that you are inside the bowels of a...
So you're a time agent, huh?
Well, you should have said that.
No, I'm kidding.
It's cool.
I don't know.
Taking away a story point.
I don't
from
know
you.
what
That's fine.
Well, would I in character probably be able to recognize his
With the
uniform
vortex
as that?
manipulator, yeah, I figured you probably
And also the
would have been
uniform
able
he's
to
wearing
piece that
probably, like the
together,
jacket, yeah.
But yes, sorry, my apologies. I honestly thought that had been mentioned, and I'm a bad person.
What's your feelings on Santa?
Correct.
I don't like him. He never writes me back.
He's not in this adventure.
Finish your description, and then I have a thing I want to do before we leave the area.
You're very aware of the fact that you are inside the bowels of a dying TARDIS. This is a TARDIS that is dying and in parts may already be dead. But you also get this kind of this sensation of movement around you, like you're almost like the TARDIS is in flight. And this is in part because the TARDIS, as previously mentioned, is inside the time vortex.
Yeah.
Is kind of wedged, kind of up against the side of the time vortex, is kind of snagged on it, and is kind of, and you can feel this with your Feel the Turn of the Universe, is kind of caught on this kind of abscess that's kind of, on the edge of the time vortex, and that abscess could burst any moment.
Okay.
Welcome.
What's that?
Welcome.
Thank you. I'm gonna, before we leave this area, I want to do something. I don't know how exactly I can do this, but I want to go back in my TARDIS, and I want to
leave and just abandon.
Yep. Yeah.
Cool.
Like, I was thinking about how earlier I could have easily broken your entire game by going, well, I'm not going to go for it because they want me to go there. I'm not going to go. Like, I would have
figured something out.
Yeah.
It would have made me very, I'm not going to say angry.
Yeah.
I'm going to say confused and hurt.
Yeah. All right. So what I'm going to do is go back into TARDIS, and I'm going to look at Travis, and I'm going to go, Travis, do you still have Millie's compass?
Yeah. And I reach into my pocket and I give it to you.
Okay. I need this, and I need her key, and I need your TARDIS key.
And I hand it all over.
Okay. So I am going to go in, and I'm going to put Travis's key in the TARDIS.
Okay.
And I'm going to put kind of like Millie's key on top of Millie's compass.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm doing is I'm basically creating a gadget out of, like, using the gadget creation rules in the book. I'm going to create something that tracks and transmits so that, what I'm doing is basically, as someone who's been in a TARDIS for 2,000 plus years, maybe even longer, given that we don't know the exact time of this character, I know that when you're wandering a TARDIS, you can wander in and out of different time periods, and like eons can go by, and you can like lose yourself and lose decades. So I'm essentially making like a digital rope, and so I am going to make a thing that tracks and transmits our exact coordinates in time, so we can always find our way back to my TARDIS.
Okay, I like that. I think it's a little bit Calvin Bally with track and transmit, but looking at the list of gadgets, I think that's probably the best one to do. So are you doing? So track can be a major or a minor trait. Which way are you going to do that? Because the major gadget can do one major or two minor traits. You can do a minor and a major, but you have to take a bad trait as well on top of that.
Okay. Why don't I just do two minor, and I can do transmit and track as minor traits?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Okay.
works.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, typically, the way the rules usually work is it takes a day to make that. I'm going to ignore that.
Okay.
So we're just
I'm in a
gonna-
time machine. So.
And we're in the vortex.
Yeah, time is relative. Time
What
is
are
a circle.
But I have to roll for this, right? So
yeah,
ingenuity
you're
and
gonna
technology.
Yeah, you're going to give me your. I'm going to double check. Yeah, ingenuity plus technology
Okay.
with your +2 for tech adept.
Yeah. So okay, cool. All right. Cool. So that's 19. That's gonna be 21,
Perfect.
and then I'll spend 3 story points to do that.
Okay.
So now I have a... Oh, it was 2 story points,
Two
right?
story points, yeah.
So now I'm back down to...
While you're in there doing that, when he's not looking, what is your name? When Travis is not looking, I sneak over to Coyden and I just kind of push my gun lightly into him, and I say, "What is Galen looking for?"
I think I'm gonna make you do a roll for that. That is absolutely gonna be presence and convince. I think as an intimidate.
Okay.
Yeah, presence and convince.
Probably should get a bonus for
Do you
the
want to?
gun.
You should probably do a counter roll for that as well, right?
Yeah.
As Coyden. Coyden is gonna roll resolve, ingenuity, which is not a skill and an attribute, but we're Calvin balling things a little bit here.
On the game of Rassilon?
This is actually the most on-book mechanics we've ever been
Yeah.
in. So it's weird. We're like, we're Calvin Ball on this thing where we're actually using real mechanics from the
Or
book.
Calvin reading the book ball.
Yeah.
Where did
Page 27 of the Calvin Ball official rules.
why is it always the numbers I'm bad at adding? 13.
13, and yours were
17.
Yeah, so Greg Kinnear successfully intimidates. I'm going to say that's a yes. That's more than a yes, and that's a straight success. So it's yes. So, Coyden, you are intimidated.
Galen's just following the rules of... We have to get the cortex for the God President. It's a direct command from him.
Okay, so then I go out and I give the compass that I made to Travis,
Cool.
and then I put my neck, my key back in around my neck, and I give him Millie's key, and I leave his on the TARDIS.
Cool.
And this is perfect because I have sense of direction also.
Perfect.
Hey.
So yeah, it's like you if you look at the compass, you'll notice that it's pointing at the TARDIS. Like so, it's like basically saying I'm always finding the TARDIS. Yeah. My
like
TARDIS, not Raylan's TARDIS, because that would be
Yes.
Raylan's TARDIS. It
would just be spinning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, shall we?
Are you guys stepping out of the TARDIS?
Yeah.
You do that. You are now standing in these flickering, dark, spore-filled, dilapidated hallways, and the hallway stretches out towards you, and there's more hallway. You kind of landed in the middle of this hallway, so there's hallway behind you, or behind the TARDIS. But there appears to be something floating down the hallway from behind the TARDIS towards your present location. You can't quite make it out.
Right.
Greg knows what these things are, though, because he's been kind of trying to evade them a little bit during his during his I would say a week you've been here.
I would
say-
it down quietly. I was going to answer it out loud.
Yeah, you wrote down how long have I been here, and then slid me a note like
Well, we don't know in character that, but the audience
Yeah.
should know
Yeah.
that information.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Well, I just wasn't sure.
I would say
Yeah.
you've been here a week. You came here. You thought it'd be
Okay.
a get in, get out, and you haven't been able to leave.
Okay.
But there are
I'm
these.
telling them everything.
But there are. Well, this is more for your benefit.
No, please, everything.
Yeah, everything. You were born in Cheshire in 1820. No.
I gotta change my...
But you recognize these things. These are kind of like large, floating, kind of gestating, gently pustulating, organic, like I would say microbes, but they're macrobes. Really,
Yeah.
is the word for them, as I've written down here on our document. And you watch them, you've seen them consume other life forms and people that you've encountered in your week here. They are kind of antibodies. They're here to, they're like gut flora that are here to combat things that have
Got it.
infiltrated the TARDIS. So you immediately recognize these things. You know that they're a pain to take down, and they are moving towards you with speed.
So
gut flora.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I turned to the doctor and I'm like, "Hey doc, I don't want to jump on your decision making here, but this is kind of the thing I was talking about with this Coyden guy. Those pudding puddles over there are not something you want to trifle with." And I pull my gun out and I take a step back.
All right.
I mean,
Like-
that's not really a great plan, because if we throw him and feed him to one of them, then there's still going to be more of them. So we might want to find another solution to the gut flora problem.
You see something else.
Okay.
Standing down the other end of the hallway, you see a figure. They are they're shrouded in white. They have a kind of a featureless, asymmetrical white face.
Okay.
From toe to tip. And you recognize exactly what this being is. It's a watcher.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
You know it's not your watcher.
Yeah.
And part of the tell of whose watcher it is the look of terror that is currently flashing across Croydon's face. Because he knows that this is his watcher.
No. And I'm going to start running down
And he books it.
the other. Wait, I'm actually going to run towards the macrobe and away from the Watcher.
Doctor, we're in a labyrinth. There's a ghost. There's a big floaty thing. Are we in Pac-Man?
Cliffhanger. No. My God, it's
You hear a sound from down the hallway.
Wow, that was really good.
Somewhat one good impression.
I'm gonna real fast shoot at his foot.
Owie.
Okay,
To
so
stop him.
we're now in a scene. So
Can I?
before you will be
Oh.
able to, but here's what we're going to do. So the turn order is always talkers, runners, doers, fighters. So we know that Croydon wants to run towards the macrobes. What a crazy,
Away from my
what a
Watcher.
crazy. You have your quick. Yeah, but that means you go first at the fighting turn.
Ah,
It's how that works.
That's what I misunderstood.
Yes. Yeah.
Got it.
But I also have quick reflexes.
So is anyone talking right now?
I'm going to be talking, but just so the audience who doesn't know Classic Who
Yes, let's
knows,
describe what a watcher is.
Like y'all are probably better at describing this than I am. I've only seen that episode once, but essentially, and fill in the gaps here. But at the end of Tom Baker's run before he regenerated into Peter Davison, there was this element of a being called the Watcher, and it was kind of like
Yes.
it's kind of like. Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't it sort of almost like an in-between phase of a Time Lord's regeneration, where it's like aware of its own death and about to?
That is a great question. It's one that has never been properly answered by classic Doctor Who.
Yeah.
The way that we have chosen to interpret the Watcher as an entity is a Watcher is a kind of symbiotic entity that is seen when a Time Lord is about to experience a physically. How do we articulate this?
A extremely physically uncomfortable death.
A physically traumatic death. So, for example, the Fourth Doctor falling from a great height.
Yeah.
Some kind of tremendously physically traumatic death.
Well,
where
thankfully,
they
the Doctor never had
need-
another physically
Of
traumatic
course.
death in the course
Yeah.
of their storyline, like
Isn't
getting
that
shot
great?
a bunch by a cyber.
And by the way, just to the shock of all the listeners, that's the one classic serial I have seen.
So that is what a Watcher is. Or at least that's how we have chosen to interpret the Watcher.
That's fair.
And that is.
Logopolis, for those people who don't
Ah,
know
yes.
which serial I'm talking about. It's Logopolis.
And for my sake, can you say the order of the turn?
It's going to be talkers, runners, doers, fighters.
Okay. thank you.
So we know that you want to fight. We know that Croydon wants to run.
I'm going to talk.
You're going to talk.
Shocker.
I don't quite know what I'm going to do, so I'm going to just live in the doer section for
Okay.
now.
All right. So talkers, Doctor, talk the talk.
All right,
So this is before Croydon has run and before you're going physically first.
Yeah. No, Croydon, you don't run towards the danger because you see the Watcher.
Right.
The Watcher doesn't attack you. The danger does attack you. Why would you cause it to happen?
That's a really good point. I'm going to turn around
Okay.
and now I guess run away from the macro.
Okay. Towards the Watcher,
I guess.
and that's going to be your run.
Yeah.
All right. You do that. Doers, non-combat actions. Travis, what is up in your world?
I'm going to try to grab Croydon and kind of keep him with us. Not in a way to harm him, but just
Okay.
like stop him.
No, I dig that.
Check.
Yeah.
Give me a roll for coordination and athletics.
Great, and my coordination's down from earlier. 7.
That is actually Croydon doesn't need to counter roll. I need you to. We'll also make that coordination and athletics because you're running.
11.
So that's you have +3, so that's -3 to. So that's a no, but so you don't successfully grab Croydon, but you do. Croydon is knocked off balance by your attempted grab, and Croydon's going to trip and fall.
Ah.
Which brings us to fighters.
For future reference, if I'm not trying to I know it's involving a weapon, so it makes sort of sense, but if I'm not trying to actually harm someone, I'm trying to stop someone, but even though I'm using the gun, that's still going to be fighting them not doing? 'Cause I would consider that doing, no?
Fighting basically covers any kind of combat action. So,
even if you're not trying to wound, you're just
I
trying
would
to
say if
stop?
you were like trying to shoot a thing to block his path, that would maybe be doing. But since you're actually shooting him, that's
Got it.
combat.
yeah,
Okay, good to know for the future.
good call. And we finally have our third GM.
Now,
The third heat. All right.
but I mean, since I said I was going to do, again, game mechanics, since I said I was going to do that, and then he kind of stopped him by having him trip, and I don't want to do that anymore.
So
Can
you can
I
now
stop?
you can change.
That
you
was
can either
less
not
me
do it.
like ruling on it, and more me trying to explain
No,
the
I was-
difference to him.
I was
Like,
just
yeah.
I was just having fun.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, don't. We don't have fun here. We're playing a game.
Of Rassilon.
Not fighting here. This is the war room. So if something happens that changes what you were going to do, you can now declare a new whatever you
Got
want to do
it.
instead.
Okay. And would that be in another round, or is
No,
it?
you can do it now.
I can do it now.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna keep the gun out, but I'm not gonna shoot him, even though I want to. And I'm just gonna kind of yell out to everybody. I'm like, hey, enough with the runny, jumpy. You want to maybe talk things through? Trust me, I've been here for a while. This doesn't lead anywhere.
All right.
I mean, I was talkie, but all right.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you've been here before, lead the way, Dr. Jones.
You don't get the opportunity to do that because from behind the Watcher, rounding a corner, is you hear the telltale sound of bad 80s synth and metallic stomping as you see a small squadron of 5 80s era Cybermen.
Oh my gosh.
As they round the corner, and as soon as they see the Doctor, who they will recognize for reasons that we'll get into later, I'll explain later.
The reason is they're Cybermen. Got it.
They point their guns in your direction. And before they get a chance to speak, mostly so I don't have David apply the vocal effect of the Silverman speaking. You're welcome, David. More of those macros round the corner and immediately envelop them. And you watch as the metal of the Cyberman helmets and the Baco foil bodies kind of erode and waste away until there's nothing but like a pile of molten, just kind of almost unrecognizable, like crumpled aluminum foil on the ground where they were. And these other microbes move in towards you as you are pinned in by these 2 separate groups of microbes as they begin to descend.